All right, guys. So this is chapter 6, demand, supply, and prices. Take Cornell notes, 2R notes, summary, and answer the questions at the end. When you guys are finished, make sure you guys bring this up and show it to me. That way I could give you guys credit for it. Okay? Um, just a reminder, what is in green, you guys need to write down. What is in red, you guys do not necessarily need to write down, but it is still important to know. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and start up with the warm-up. First of all, you guys just need to write down the answers. Okay? Um, First question, what is the law of demand state? Okay. Then, what is the law of supply state? Okay. This one, I want you guys to think about the 6 factors that are affecting demand. Okay. Go back into your notes if you have to, look into the book if you have to. But what could cause demand to go up even if the price of a specific good or service went up? Okay. Try to answer that the best of your ability. That is something more that we're going to be talking about in this chapter. Okay. Interaction of demand and supply. The marketplace is where people buy and sell goods, where supply and demand meet. Okay. So basically, what that's saying is that in the marketplace, you're buying a good from the producer. This is where the consumer is interacting with the producer. Okay. Market price and equilibrium is where customers and producers agree on that price of items. That's where we get that it's $29.99 for um a charger or something like that. Okay, we meet at that price, and we see that we're able to buy that charger at $29.99, but we aren't able to buy it at $31.99. Okay, basically this is creating a balance. Okay, this is what economists call as the equilibrium price. And it takes time sometimes, man. It doesn't happen right away. Um, Sometimes it takes multiple different tries. Sometimes it takes you having a surplus and a shortage in order to meet that, or in order to find that equilibrium price. Okay. A surplus is where you have too much left over, and this is probably because the price was too high. You have too much, you priced it at $31.99, people are only willing to pay $29.99. That $2 can make a huge difference. And then a shortage is where you don't have enough, and this could be because the prices are too low. So maybe you're selling that charger at $5.99. Well, say if it was an Apple charger from Apple itself at $5.99, that's an absolute steal. Okay. Now, trying to reach the equilibrium price. This is the area that it could be pretty tricky. Okay, real life equilibrium, sorry, can be hard to find. Um, I want you guys to think back to when you guys were younger. Okay, Christmas time, you guys were asking your parents for toys and stuff, right? What was something that you guys were asking for? Okay, it could have been something that you guys seen on TV. Could have been something that one of your friends had that you really liked. Okay, well, the reason why toys are so tough to find that equilibrium price is because the demand of them is based on current fads. If you've seen something that you really liked on TV, you only wanted it for so long. We can look at this, and perfect example would be the fidget spinner. That was really in demand for probably about what, 5 months, and then it just kind of died off out of nowhere. When I was in school, when I was in middle school, it was silly bands, like little bracelets that when you took them off, they looked like elephants and stuff, different animals. Um, Clothes is another thing that can be fairly tricky, and this is a lot of the reason why, because there's seasons for clothes. Right now you guys are in prom season, and uh, if you're a guy, you aren't gonna go out and buy a tux just to wear to school. And same thing if you were a girl, you aren't gonna go out and buy a prom dress just so you can wear it to school on a normal basis. you're really only going to wear those things once, maybe twice if you're lucky. Okay? And then also, same with the clothes, sports clothes. They're based on the season of that sport. So during the football season, we see that the demand for football jerseys and um football teams' gear is up because they might be winning, or they might not be winning, but they might be really close to winning. So people will see that and buy it because it is it's something that they want. Okay, all of this is based off demand. Um, Holidays, kind of like when I was talking about the toys. Holidays are stuff or something like that too. Are you guys gonna go out and buy candy corn right now? Okay, I want you guys to think about that for a second. Are you gonna go out and buy candy corn in the middle of April? No, you're usually only gonna buy candy corn during Halloween season, right? You might buy it a little bit, like a week or two after Halloween, just because you like it and it's cheaper. But for the most part, it's only going to be during the Halloween season. Holiday cards are all subject to this. Pretty much anything that has to do with holidays or seasons, it's hard to reach the equilibrium price in those areas. Um, when stores reduce their prices, they tend to have a surplus because um, discount stores get surplus goods if they don't sell at normal stores. Okay. So we could think about this like Burlington Coat Factory or Ross. Those are considered surplus stores. We see a lot of clothing items that are from name brands like Polo. You might see Calvin Klein there. You might see other fairly expensive brands there that are on sale because at Calvin Klein or at Polo, they didn't have they weren't able to sell that where they needed to be. Real life equilibrium price. When there's an imbalance between quantity demanded and the quantity supplied, that is when we get disequilibrium. If equilibrium means that it's equal, disequilibrium means that it is not equal. Okay? So if there's a imbalance between the quantity demanded and the quantity supplied, there can't be that equilibrium price. I want you guys to remember about the 6 factors. This is kind of going back to the warm up. This is the area where it's going to be very important that we remember these. Okay. Um, the 6 factors that change demand are income, customer taste, subsidies, consumer expectations, market size, and complements. Okay. Let's think back to the warm up for a second. One of the examples might have been consumer tastes. Maybe consumer taste went up for that product. And even though the price went up because more people are buying it, demand is also going up because more people are buying it, because consumer tastes have changed to make that more popular. When these change, so does the price for the products. Okay. Demand up means price up, and vice versa, constantly it means it's constantly happening means that if demand is down, price is usually going to be down also. Now I'm going to say this a couple of times. Okay, when consumers demand more goods and services at any price, the equilibrium price will rise. When suppliers will sell more even at the higher prices. Now, this might sound like a contradiction to the law of demand, and it's not, because now we got to think about it like this. That demand curve is shifting to the right. So if that demand curve is shifting to the right, that means that more people have a demand for it. It's not demand is going up. Well, demand is going up, but more people have a demand for it. So now the price is moving along with that demand curve. Okay. That demand curve is going to meet the supply curve. So the supply is also going to go up, and it's all just going to kind of mold in together. Okay? And same thing with supply. Remember the 6 factors: the input costs, productivity, technology, government, producer expectations, and also the number of producers. Okay? All of those are going to affect the way the producers are going to supply, or if the prices drop. Okay? Consumers want more products, want more, or producers supply less. When consumers want more, producers are going to supply less, meaning that the prices are going to rise. This is all going back to the profit. We are seeking profit. Okay? Put your producer's cap back on. You guys are the boss. You guys are trying to make money. You guys are always going to be trying to make money, right? So if you can sell less and make more, are you going to do it? All of this is constant motion. And that's why we have sales and advertisements all the time. Because people know that, or the producers know that if you advertise something as a few dollars off, they might make that same amount of money because more people are going to buy it. But more people are going to buy it, so they're making more money. Okay? Now, I want you guys to go ahead and answer these questions. The page numbers are correlated with the figures, so just go ahead and focus on figures 6.1, 6.2, and 6.3. Questions 1 and 2 for each. Write down the questions and the answers. That way I can see that you guys are actually answering the questions. Okay?